Hello, my channel say that in the sun-drenched hills of Los Angeles, where glamour intertwines with heartbreak on the bold and the beautiful. The stage is set for what promises to be one of the most explosive weddings in soap opera history. Liam Spencer and Hope Logan, two souls who have danced a tumultuous tango of love, betrayal, and redemption for years, are finally poised to tie the knot again. This isn't just any ceremony, it's a beacon of hope, pun intended, for their fractured family, a chance to heal old wounds and build a future anchored in stability. Their daughter, Beth, the miraculous child who was stolen at birth and returned through a whirlwind of deceit and danger, stands at the center of this union. But lurking in the shadows, like a venomous serpent coiled and ready to strike, is Sheila Carter's ultimate wildcard, the woman whose name alone sends shivers down the spines of the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer clans. Viewers have been on this roller coaster with Liam and Hope for what feels like an eternity. From stolen kisses in the Forrester creation's office to heart-wrenching separations fueled by infidelity and family feuds, their love story has been a masterclass in dramatic perseverance. Now, with Beth growing into a perceptive young girl who has already endured more trauma than any child should, the couple is determined to make this wedding a sanctuary of peace. They've meticulously planned every detail. The elegant venue at the Forrester mansion, adorned with cascading white roses and twinkling fairy lights. The guest list carefully curated to include only those who bring joy and support. The vows scripted with promises of unwavering commitment. Liam, ever the earnest romantic, envisions a day where he can look into Hope's eyes and declare, without reservation, that their family is unbreakable. Hope, with her signature blend of vulnerability and strength, dreams of a moment where Beth can see her parents as pillars of love, free from the ghosts of the past. Yet, as any faithful Finn knows, peace is fleeting in the world of B&B. Enter Sheila Carter, the nine-lived villainess who has clawed her way back from presumed deaths, prison stints, and exile more times than we can count. Recently reformed her, so she claims Hyla has wormed her way into a semblance of legitimacy by marrying Deacon Sharp, the reformed bad boy turned pizza entrepreneur. As Deacon's wife, Sheila fully expects an invitation to the wedding. In her twisted mind, she's family now. She's changed. She's earned her seat at the table. But oh, how the mighty delusions fall. The Logans and Spencers have long memories, etched with scars from Sheila's reign of terror, kidnappings, shootings, manipulations that tore families apart. And little Beth, she's the living embodiment of Sheila's darkest deeds. The child was switched at birth under Sheila's orchestration, ripped from Hope's arms in a plot that nearly destroyed everything. Beth's discomfort with Sheila isn't just a fleeting childish whim, it's a deep-seated instinct, a survival mechanism forged in the fires of her harrowing infancy. Beth's voice, the heart of the conflict. Let's delve deeper into Beth's perspective, because this wedding isn't just about the adults. It's about protecting the innocence of a child who has been a pawn into many games. Beth Spencer, with her wide-eyed wonder and precocious insight, has grown up in a world where danger wears a familiar face. Remember the scenes where Beth recoils at the sight of Sheila? Those subtle flinches, the way she clings to Hope's leg or buries her face in Liam's shoulder, these aren't scripted tantrums. They're the echoes of trauma. In her short life, Beth has been kidnapped not once, but in ways that trace back to Sheila's web of lies. The baby switcheroo orchestrated by Reese Buckingham was enabled by Sheila's influence, her thirst for control over the Logan family. Beth doesn't understand the full history, how could she? But she feels it in her bones. Sheila's presence is a storm cloud, a reminder that safety is fragile. Liam and Hope, as devoted parents, have made Beth's comfort their North Star. They've sat her down in the cozy confines of the cabin, surrounded by her favorite toys and drawings, and listened to her hesitant words. "Mommy, I don't like when that lady is around. She scares me." Hope's heart shatters with every syllable, her eyes welling with tears as she strokes Beth's hair. Liam, the protective father bear, nods solemnly, vowing to shield his daughter from any shadow of the past. This isn't about petty grudges, it's about prioritizing a child's emotional well-being in a family that's been battered by chaos. They've decided no Sheila at the wedding. It's a boundary set in stone, communicated firmly yet politely through Deacon. "We love you," Dad, Hope might say to Deacon, her voice trembling with resolve. But Beth comes first. This day is for her joy, not for reopening old wounds. Deacon, caught in the crossfire of his loyalty to Sheila and his love for Hope, pleads Sheila's case. He's seen glimpses of change in her the way she dotes on him at A.L. Giardino, the rare moments of vulnerability where she whispers about wanting a real family. But Sheila, change is as foreign to her as humility. Over the years, we've witnessed her evolution from a deranged nurse injecting toxins to a master manipulator faking her own death with a bare mole. She's shot Taylor Hayes, held the Forresters hostage, and terrorized Steffi in ways that still haunt nightmares. Her redemption arc with Deacon feels like a temporary truce, a leopard pretending to change its spots while sharpening its claws underneath. Sheila's unyielding nature, a force of nature untamed. If there's one irrefutable truth about Sheila Carter, it's this: she does what she wants. Consequences be damned. Nothing at prison bars, not family disownments, not even the Grim Reaper has ever truly stopped her. Recall the time she escaped custody in a hail of gunfire, or when she resurfaced after being declared dead, grinning maniacally as she infiltrated lives once more. Sheila doesn't accept rejection, she obliterates it. In her mind, being Deacon's wife grants her entitlement. She's reinvented herself as a sharp, and by extension, part of the extended family web. An invitation to Liam and Hope's wedding isn't just a courtesy. It's her right, her validation that she's one. Picture the build-up. Weeks before the ceremony, Sheila's anticipation builds like a pressure cooker. She shops for the perfect outfit, a slinky red dress that screams "look at me," because subtlety was never her style. She practices her toast in the mirror, words dripping with false sincerity. To the happy couple, "May your love be as enduring as mine for Deacon." But beneath the facade, resentment festers. Whispers reach her through the grapevine. Deacon's reluctant confession, perhaps, or overheard conversation at Forrester Creations. "They're excluding me because of Beth." That ungrateful little brat. Sheila's eyes narrow, her signature smirk twisting into something sinister. She's not one to sulk in silence. No, Sheila plots. The drama escalates in the days leading up. Tension ripples through the families. Steffi Forrester, ever the fierce protector, warns Liam and Hope. If Sheila shows her face, it'll be war. Ridge Forrester, with his brooding intensity, reinforces security at the mansion, hiring extra guards and installing cameras. Brooke Logan, Hope's mother, frets endlessly, her rivalry with Taylor and, by extension, Sheila's connections adding fuel to the fire. Even Finn, Sheila's biological son, grapples with divided loyalties, pleading with his mother to stay away for everyone's sake. But Sheila, she's deaf to reason. In a charged confrontation with Deacon, she explodes, "I'm your wife. If they don't want me there, they'll have to drag me out kicking and screaming." The crash, a wedding turned nightmare. And crash she does. The wedding day dawns bright and promising. Guests arrive in their finery. Eric Forrester in a tailored suit, Carter Walton officiating with his smooth baritone, Katie Logan beaming with sisterly pride. Hope, radiant in a gown of ivory lace that flows like a dream, walks down the aisle on Bill Spencer's arm, a nod to complicated family ties. Liam waits at the altar, his eyes locked on hers, heart pounding with unbridled joy. Beth, the flower girl, scatters petals with giggles, her fears momentarily forgotten in the magic of the moment. Vows are exchanged, tearful, passionate declarations of eternal love. "Hope, you've been my anchor in the storm," Liam says, voice cracking. "Liam, with you, I see forever," Hope replies, her smile illuminating the room. Then chaos erupts. The doors to the Forrester living room burst open with a thunderous bang. There stands Sheila Carter, disheveled yet defiant, her red dress a blot of blood against the pastel decor. "Did you really think you could exclude me?" She bellows, her voice echoing like a harbinger of doom. Gasps ripple through the crowd. Beth screams, dropping her basket and bolting into Hope's arms. Security rushes forward, but Sheila's prepared she's got a hidden accomplice or a distraction up her sleeve, perhaps a smoke bomb or a feigned medical emergency. Deacon trails behind, horrified, trying to rein her in. Sheila, no, this isn't the way. What follows is pandemonium, a scene straight out of soap opera legend. Sheila lunges toward the altar, ranting about betrayal, about how she's family, about the injustices piled upon her. Beth is alive because of me, she might shriek, twisting history in her delusional narrative. Liam shields his family, his face a mask of fury. Hope, trembling, clutches Beth as the child sobs uncontrollably. Steffi charges forward, ready to throw down, while Ridge bellows for order. Fists fly, glasses shatter, flowers are trampled underfoot. The ceremony grinds to a halt, vows interrupted by screams and accusations. Cameras flash, paparazzi somehow alerted, turning personal tragedy into public spectacle. The fallout is devastating. Beth's trauma resurfaces in full force. Nightmares plague her sleep. Therapy sessions become a necessity. Liam and Hope's special day is ruined, overshadowed by Sheila's spectacle. Legal ramifications loom, trespassing charges, restraining orders reinforced. Deacon's marriage hangs by a thread, his eyes open to Sheila's unyielding madness. The families fracture further. Alliances tested, old grudges reignited. Steffi vows vengeance, perhaps plotting to expose Sheila's latest scheme. Finn, torn between biology and morality, distances himself, heartbroken. Will this story unfold? The speculation and stakes. Do I think this story will happen? Absolutely, in some form or another. The Bold and the Beautiful thrives on such high-stakes drama, and Sheila Carter is the gift that keeps on giving or taking, depending on your perspective. Showrunner Brad Bell has a knack for resurrecting villains at pivotal moments, and with Kimberlin Brown's iconic portrayal, Sheila's returns are ratings gold. This wedding crash aligns perfectly with her character arc, a false sense of security shattered by inevitable relapse into chaos. It would explore themes of redemption's limits, the impact of past sins on the innocent, and the unbreakable bonds of family versus blood. But let's expand on the possibilities. Imagine the aftermath episodes, hospital visits if things turn physical, heartfelt confrontations where Hope unleashes years of pent-up rage on Sheila. You stole my baby once, you'll never touch my family again. Or Liam in a rare moment of Spencer Steele, warning Sheila that this time, she paid dearly. Subplots could branch out, Deacon divorcing her, leading to Sheila's isolation and potential villainous alliance with someone like Luna or a new character. Beth's therapy sessions could humanize the child, showing flashbacks to her infancy, tugging at heartstrings. Critics might argue it's repetitive Sheila crash, another event. But that's the beauty of soaps, escalation. This wouldn't be just a crash, it'd be apocalyptic, forcing characters to evolve. Hope might emerge stronger, advocating for Beth with fierce maternal instinct. Liam could finally cut ties with waffling, committing fully. And Sheila? Her downfall could be epic, perhaps a final confrontation where her house of cards collapses. The emotional layers are rich. For Beth, it's terror reborn, a loss of innocence amplified. For Liam, rage at his perfect day stolen. Viewers would be glued, debating on social media, Sheila crush or protectiveth. Merchandise flies off shelves, high villain tees. Anyone? In the end, as we wait with bated breath for the episodes to air, one thing is certain. Sheila Carter doesn't just attend events, she detonates them. Liam and Hope's wedding, meant to be a fairy tale, risks becoming a horror story. Will they salvage it with a private vow renewal? Will Sheila face justice? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more updates on the Bold and the Beautiful.